Southern Baptist Convention, the largest Protestant church denomination in the U.S., met this week to elect a new president. But it was more than just selecting a new leader. The future direction of the denomination itself is at stake. In a runoff election yesterday, Ed Litton, who has championed racial reconciliation, narrowly defeated Mike Stone.
We had one candidate, you mentioned Ed Litton, who prevailed in the presidency, who was calling for racial reconciliation, who was encouraging people to just listen to the lived experience of African-American leaders. The other candidate who came in second was actually concerned about the influence of critical race theory. And I think Southern Baptist messengers came together and they had to make a decision, and they chose to continue to move forward in a path of racial reconciliation and continue to hold, the values that such conservative evangelical denominations have, but to do so in a way that I think echoed a new awareness of race.
First of all, there is no such thing as an African American experience. I don't even know what that means. Secondly, you cannot reconcile races together. I don't even know what that means. No such thing as race reconciliation, because you're fighting a war that cannot be beaten. It cannot be beaten because we are a spirit. You either on the side of good or you on the side of evil. You either love all or you love none. No such thing as racism. It has never existed. If you don't love one person, on this earth, you love no one. You don't love your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your grandpa, your cousin. You don't love your daughter. You don't love your son. You love no one. If you don't love one person on this earth, I don't care what they've done, you love no one. You love no one. So you cannot reconcile races together. That's another made up word, another lie. This is crazy. I cannot believe that Christians are now falling for this crap. Christians, all in the name. It's in the blood. It's in the blood. They're falling for it. These are lies, folks. And this guy, this Southern Baptist Convention, these folks, these people, if I'm gonna put the link in the description and so you can watch the full video. This man was up there talking about they believe in racism. They believe in systematic racism. No such thing as racism, folks. No such thing as systematic racism. But they were putting that out there like it's real. These people were this guy Ed Litton. The guy in the video, he identified Ed Litton, the now president of the Southern Baptist Convention. He identified them as radical supporters of critical race theory. And we all know that critical race theory is evil. Critical race theory is something that they're now implementing in schools to where they teach that America was found and built on white racism and white bigotry. No such thing as white racism or white bigotry. That they were founded on that. It was founded on just everything is about color. I cannot believe Christians are falling for this, because there's no such thing as racism. You cannot hate a person based on their color. That's made up. You either love all or you love none. And you think that you hate people because of their color, but you fail to, but you are blind. You cannot see. You fail to realize that you are on the side of evil, and you can't help it but hate all people. You cannot help it. That's in your nature. You hate all. You cannot say you hate white folks, but say you love blacks, or you cannot say you hate blacks and say you love white folks. That's impossible. Folks, we got to wake up to this. Stop listening to these dumb words. Overcome words. They're emotional. They're used to deceive you. And you know what's funny about it? You know what's funny about this thing that just happened? Is this man, Fred Luter, was the first black evangelical or pastor. He was the first evangelical pastor to be elected for the Southern Baptist Convention. And remember I told you about this guy, Ed Linton, being a radical supporter of critical race theory, believing racism, believing systematic racism. These people, they were engaged in protest of George Floyd. And this is the things that they support. This man, Fred Luter, the black man, he was the one who put Ed Linton into the race to win, to be the next president. Of course, it was a black putting people in to destroy. This is what's gonna happen. Look at Chicago. It's ran by who? Look at St. Louis. Look at Baltimore. Look at Philadelphia. Look at all these Democratic ran cities. Atlanta. They're run by black folks. Nothing good coming out of them. But this is who we put in office. This, even Joe Biden, I don't understand that. And blacks don't speak out against it. They don't speak out against affirmative action. They put these people in specifically because they're black, not because they're qualified, not because they can do a good job, not because they can build and add on to America, but they're doing this to destroy. And I don't think that most people realize it, that the reason that this is going on, because just like how God works through people, Satan works through people in the same way. And I don't think they realize that they're destroying America. They're not adding on to it, but they're tearing it down. They're destroying it. It's crazy. It's mind blowing. But this is what's happening, folks. While you sitting up there hating someone, fighting a war that you cannot beat. You cannot defeat racism. Think about it. You cannot defeat racism. You cannot defeat a spiritual thing with something physical. That's impossible. It's impossible. You cannot tell someone or give someone something physical when it's something on the inside that's going on. These people are evil. That's the problem. These people's hearts need to be changed from hate to love. It's nothing else is gonna work. Y'all, we can do all we want with politicians. We can vote in. I don't care who we can vote in. We can quote the Bible. We can read the Bible. We can do all of that. But until we must be born again of the Spirit of the Father. Anyone who was born of their mothers must be born again of the Spirit of the Father. That's all that's going to work. All this materialistic, these dumb words that they're making up, these deceiving, deception words, it's not going to work, folks. And white folks, I don't understand why you're giving your country over to these people. It's mind-blowing to me. That you can found and build the greatest country on this side of heaven, and you allow evil people to destroy it because you love your stuff so much. White people are showing that they don't believe in God either, because they love their stuff, they love their kids, they love all their materialistic stuff more than they love what is right, giving up their country. And this is all people's country, but they're giving up the country because they have the power and the authority to speak out against this stuff. And the majority blacks don't speak out against this stuff. It's crazy, folks. White folks, y'all better start speaking up. I understand you don't want to, but it's got to happen. But you must be born again. I understand you must be born again. You must overcome the fear. You must overcome the anger. You must do it. And the blacks, y'all too, overcome the fear. Don't care about your family members or what your friends say. Who cares about what they think? Speak up, because I want my country back. I want my country back. I want love to come back to America. I want Christianity to come back to America. It wasn't like this. It always wasn't like this in this country. But until we can overcome the anger, overcome the fear, stop worrying about what other people think, stop valuing the things of this world, the things that you think that you have, because it's going to be taken away. It's going to be taken away, folks. So We can speak up now, or we can let this go. And Christians, I don't know, and not all, but I'm talking about the Bible thumping Christians, the Christians who just quote the scriptures, but they don't speak up either. Y'all need to go sit down. Really, y'all need to go sit down, because this is not good, folks. This is not good. And I guarantee you, all these people, this Southern Baptist Convention, they can quote the Bible. They can quote the scriptures. They can do all of that. But they have no love. They've been deceived. They've been played a game on. We've been played a game on in America. We've been played a game on, people. It's a spiritual battle. You either on the side of good or you on the side of evil. Thank you, folks.